All right, welcome to part 2. I decided to split this up on our walk here because it was going too long. But this is part 2 of the town of 96, South Carolina. You can see part 1 on our site. And here's a overview of what I just showed you out there. So there was a star fort, which is right here. And then there was another fort. That's the town, the village of 96. And there's another sign back there that says something about the town of Cambridge. But you can see the mounds out there, and we'll be going that way. Just walking backwards to the first video, which was walking backwards, period. Because the part of the trail that allowed you to take the loop in the proper way is closed. So we will show you some stuff, and then we'll end where the last one ended is where this video will end, which is the halfway mark. You can pause and read this stuff here. And here's where the trail's closed right here. We would have been coming from that way, but we had to go the other way, and I realized halfway through that we were walking backwards, and that's why the signs were where after we had saw the item, then there'd be a sign. So we decided second half of this video, we'd just walk to the end and start going backwards. But you can see this hillsides here are actually zigzagging in and out because they're set up in a star pattern, the hills, because the star, as you can see, was elevated. Now these are, they're not showing it on the star, but on the first video, you could see some of these. These are actually sticking out of the hill. So if you try to ride a horse up there or something like that, it'd get stabbed. These are big logs. These aren't going upwards. They're actually facing outwards like this, and you would have to try to fight your way through them. Here's the siege. They would dig trenches so they could attack, and the rifle tower is still out there, and that rifle tower is so you could get up high, and that's for their marksmen to shoot right there. So we're gonna head on down the line and check some of this out. One more thing really quick here. On the other video, we kind of ended in this spring branch right here, which is, this is all part of the long cane, if you want to look up long cane. And that stockade fort is kind of towards the end of our first video. So I'll just show you real quick. We're standing probably about where this is, right here. And this is a cool little cupboard. I'll do a video backwards on this. Cool little cupboard, and it's raining today, so that's nice. But they dug their trenches up through here. Maybe that's why they made the path zigzag, is to kind of just show the trenches. And then the trenches go out to where the fort is, and then we're gonna walk around the back of the fort to where the village is, and they've got that kind of mapped off over there with some signs as well, which is kind of over there. All right, let's move on. So they got these cool little silhouette statues everywhere too. And here you go, here's the first one. So I'm changing that up. You can pause and read that. Here's the trail where the area is closed. And we're gonna move on to the next thing. Another cool silhouette. We're getting closer to the star fort. Here's another pause and read if you guys want. Artillery, we're at the points where the trenches are as we approach the fort that we saw on the sign back there. Here's another one, the approach trench. So check that out and go ahead and pause and read. Getting closer to the end where they had the rifle turret set up there, so second parallel. Pause and read. Little photo. You can see the natural mounds still in the ground as we're coming along here. So here's the second approach trench, guys. Here's a pause and read. And a little photo for you. Check that out, getting close. There's the tower. There's another one of these in the other part of the video. It might have been at the beginning of this one. I'm not sure how I'm going to cut this up yet. But inside the building, there's one of these. And I'm not going to walk on the grass because they've asked us to stay on the path. But truly, you were saying it took 16 men to handle this?
16 men, yeah. Eight to move it and maneuver it and roll it around, and 8 to deal with the firing and the loading, and 16 dudes on each one of those. Yeah, probably to carry all the ammunition, the balls, and they're heavy, all these just solid metal balls are going to shoot. So here's the rifle tower. See that? I wish I'd go up in it, but
Eiffel Tower, you can pause and read. Here's a depiction photo of the fort in the background, and that mound right there. I gotta put my umbrella on top of my head here real quick. See if I could zoom in here. That mound right there is where the fort was. That final mound, not the roped off area. So you can see it around that side to the big mound there. So let's kind of walk over to this other sign right here. That way you guys get a good look around this. Mine entry site. Huh.
That said, they in one single night they built a 30-foot high one of these, and the fort responded by building 3 feet higher at the top with sandbags, and then tried to burn this down with heated cannonballs, but they weren't able to do it.
Okay, so what's the mine? Let's read about this here. Oh, they were digging an underground tunnel. I just had said that they should have had an underground tunnel that dug that, but it would have probably took too long. But here's the original digging there, and then here's a depiction, guys and gals. There you go. You can pause and read. Pause and read this. Pause and read that. And there you are. I should have showed you this picture too. There's them in the fort, and you could see the wooden stakes sticking out, so you couldn't just run up there. You had to kind of climb in between them. And here's a little musket ball hitting cannonball hitting the ground, about to bounce up and hit those guys. So there you go. So there's the outskirts of the star fort. You can see it kind of zigzags back and forth to make a star pattern, the hill. And they didn't rebuild that for us to have some sort of semblance, but here's a great photo someone did. Just great artwork. And then you can pause and read that. Pause and read that. And that. Now we're going to walk around the other side here. There's where we just were over there. You could see the gun tower there and the cannon. And so what we're doing is we're just kind of walking around the outside of the Star Fort imprint that's left on the ground. And I'm surprised they didn't spend some time building like maybe part of the walls in one of the buildings or something that might have been here. See some stuff up there, but you're not supposed to go in there. I do see signs in there and stuff, but it looks like the trail ended when we were walking through here. So let's jump over here and take a look. So they got another cannon out there and something over there. We're gonna go try to read that. But the path ends here. It's kind of weird. Here's more about the Star Fort. Here's a good look at it. You can see them firing all the muskets out there, and there's all the trenches that they had built for the Patriots coming in to try to take over the fort. You can see the tower right there, and that's where the cannon was to the side of that. I got my umbrella in my hand, so I can't point right now, guys. Sorry about that. But here you go. Read that. So pause and read. And finally right there. Pause and read that. And we're going to walk over there, even though the trail kind of ends here, which is, they got this really nice trail set up for wheelchairs, but then they kind of poo-pooed out. I don't know why they didn't finish it coming in here. Maybe they didn't want to put tar onto the imprint of the actual fort. Because now we're inside the Star Fort. You can see how it zigzags. See how the hill cuts in right there and then comes back out? Cuts in, comes out. Cuts in, comes out, all the way around. And here's a good example right there. You kind of see the zigzagging there. And all these mounds you're seeing here, we're pretty sure they're actually anthill mounds, but it might be gophers. Because there's a lot of holes, and we have these kind of mounds show up in our yard too. So let's check out the sign real quick. So this was their well, I guess.
Yeah, they were trying to, okay, so the only water source was outside the fort, so they were
pause and read.
Yeah. They were trying to remedy that by digging a well inside the fort, but after they dug 25 feet, they couldn't find any water, so they just gave up.
Okay. They could have built a cistern. It rains enough around here. So we're going to head down that trail there, keep going on down the trail to where the little village was. We were wondering what this communication trench thing is here. I can see if I can balance this umbrella and show you that sign a little close up here. And then that was the town right over there beyond those trees, and then the fort was right back here. And so the trench was this. It was the way they'd bring water and supplies in. So go ahead and pause and read that, and we're going to take a look at the town. the fort's back there, and we're coming through. There's the communication trench that would go to the town, which is right here. You can see this is the north, what is it? The northwest village corner. And so basically it went this way, out all the way over there, back up, and probably through here. So here's a little sign. We'll take a look at this real quick. This was the village, actually. Look at that house and stuff they had. Now they burned this down, the loyalists burned this down when they lost, and they had to get out of here because they didn't want the patriots to have it. So I'm gonna do a quick pause and read. Check all this out. And then check out that little family right there. All right, we're gonna go over here and take a look at the road sign and the rest of the, where the village used to be. It's just an imprint again, just like the fort. There's nothing here, so. All right, so it's south to Augusta, north to Kiowee, and Island Ford must be to the east, and then Charlestown's to the east. Island Ford must have been up to the west. So here's the historic Whitehall Road, and another one of these little silhouette things here, pretty cool. You can see the trench that was part of the road there, and there's something here I wanted to give you guys, woman and child. I haven't read this, so go ahead and read that and check it out. Let's see if I get a better, there we go, there's an angle you can read. All right, so this was the town, right? We're kind of in the middle of the town right now. That might be another corner way over there where that yellow pole is back there. I'm gonna zoom in a second. I'm holding an umbrella, so. But this is probably part of the main roadway for the town. We got another sign here we're gonna take a look at. Sorry, Truly.
Okay.
So this is where they burned it down. And you can see that beautiful building on that last sign depicted is gone, and here's the British loyalists leaving. And then why do they burn down the town of the village of 96? So let's go ahead and read that. Read that. Read that. And we'll take a look. So that's probably the northeast corner. Let's take a look here. Is that what it says? I can't read it. Sorry, guys. You can see it's raining. It's raining pretty hard right now. Sorry, you can't read that. I'm pretty sure that's what would be the north. No, that must be the southeast corner then. There's the northeast corner over there. I missed that one. There's a leaf falling. There's the northeast corner. And then once again, that's the northwest corner over there that I zoomed in on. And then you'd have the southwest corner right here, possibly. There you go. We'll take a look when we get over there. But there's another sign right up ahead. Let's check that out. All right, so this is the historic Charleston Road. They don't want you walking down it there, but there's the sign. And here's the board about it right here. So let's take a look at that. And it's called the Goody Trail right now. And they got that area closed because of all the hurricane damage from Hurricane Helene. So let's take a quick peek here. Here's where we are, part of the village. The Star Fort was right there, and we're kind of facing east. And there's the paths and the trail. The trails are in orange, and the road was in that. So if you want to read about this, go ahead and pause and read that. Pause and read that. Here's some stuff about the trails, some of the natural foliage and animal life around here. Let's go check out and see what this sign is right here. This is actually the southwest village corner, so there you go. That's the northwest village corner over there. And you can see they left the grass high, so you can see the outline of where the village was right here. And that's the Star Fort back there. And we're coming up on the spot that the first half of this video, which is actually going to be the second half of the video, ended right up here in that trench up ahead. We had to walk the trail backwards. I didn't realize I was doing it until I was about halfway through it, and then I realized what was going on. So we're gonna flip everything around, and we're gonna make this the first part, make the first part the second part. Hope it's not too confusing. I'll put some chyrons on so you guys can know. You've probably already seen them. And let's take a look at this sign. Coming in behind you. Look out! Look out! All right, so here we go. Law and Order in the North and the Carolina backcountry. So up there on the second half of the video, you'll see the stockades and stuff, and this is probably about that. Let's go ahead and take a read on that real quick. Read on that. And here's part of that town there, I guess. So pause and read, people. Pause and read. Pause and read that. And one more quick look. Now we're going to walk down to where the stream comes through, and that'll be the end of the video. So you can see how cool this trail is. This is a really fun place, guys. I know they didn't have the fort rebuilt, but they do have this stockade fort built up there. Check that out on part 2. And there's, once they get these trails cleaned up from the hurricane, they'll have other trails that go off through the woods and loop around. It's really nice little area, and it doesn't really talk much about the Long Cane part, but there's a huge area here in South Carolina called the Long Cane area. And that area is now turned into horse trails and hiking trails, 100 miles of that. And there's like a Mount Parsons campground and lake and park is part of that. And that is on our website, so you can check that out. Now here's another communications trench that would go from the village over to the stockade fort, which is up there, which once again, that's on the second part of the video that'll be coming out probably the next day after this one gets posted. I'll post that next. And we're going to end the video with this little spring branch here. It's hopefully that's, oh my gosh, my I don't know if I can get this to focus now all of a sudden. What's going on here? There we go. I had to tap the screen. Something went wrong there. All right, there they would have to hike through that to carry water from one location to the next. You can see this this next sign here is at the, but you can see there's a lot of damage from Hurricane Helene still here, and that's why they got closed off. They haven't had a time to come in with the crews to clean it all up, and they just don't want people getting injured. Here's another tree down out there, but up there's the fort, up there's the stockade. We'll just end the video right here. I'm gonna set my umbrella down so I could do this. Check out another part there or another video right there. Probably that'll be probably the campground, Mount Parsons, and then check out our channel there. You can go there. We got all kinds of videos like this up on our channel. Please hit that like and subscribe. We really appreciate you watching the whole thing. If you made it this far, have a great one. We'll see you on the next one.